Welcome back, Sagittarius, for your extended reading for the full moon in Gemini. All the cards remain from the earlier version. I am going to continue to pull from the Crow Tarot and complete the horoscope wheel, and I'll finish up with a Flora and Fauna of Africa oracle card. So the Ace of Swords here is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles in the second house and the Lovers in the third house. You are creating as the result of the work you have done, what you have achieved, if that only feels for many of you as though it has been learning some very difficult lessons. That probably is just the surface of some real skills that you have built, some real talents that you are grounding your opportunities with. And this is the manifestation of an opportunity. This means you've created this portal to abundance. This is your feeling comfortable wanting to have things, wanting to prosper, wanting even to build up your financial resources, your possessions. In a interesting way, you have almost needed to justify why you should have things. You may have held yourself back from having a lot of money, pursuing money as a goal. And although it doesn't feel to me like that is a goal, you are now comfortable in accumulating more as the result of the work that you do. So you're now understanding that as a value is something that you are confident that you know how to utilize. This is about your commitment to your comfort, your stability, and your security so that you can continue to do the work that you do. No matter how creative or idealistic that work is, you deserve to be supported in your efforts to do that. And this is a new awareness for you. You are actually making decisions about your relationships that are supporting your commitment to building something important, to creating something that is long lasting. This is really helping you to shift this sense of non-committal, which may have been part of a pattern that you exhibit in your life, part of a way that you superficially avoided commitment without a trust in yourself that translated in many ways to a lack of trust in your relationships or with the universe, that you could not be sure that anyone would support you in the way that you now understand that you are deserving. You're willing to support yourself in this way, in a way that has been difficult for you to feel deserving of in the past. So you may have an opportunity to connect with a partner or make a choice about a direction, a project, or a communication that is bringing you opportunities for this permanence. In the fourth house, we have the Ten of Wands, clarified by the Seven of Cups and the World card in the fifth house and the sixth house. And I really like the way these are making a circle. I'm going to do that. So this big transition in your fundamental belief system, in your foundation, this has everything to do with your family of origin, your formative relationships, the frame, the labeling that you received as a young person that encouraged you to be a provider, to be a caretaker, to nurture and support others towards their best success or their desires, or to supply their needs in that way. You are changing, you've shifted, you've leveled up from that sense, and this caretaking may have been necessary for you to gain some of these skills that you've gained. But there perhaps has been a resistance on your part to recognize that opportunities for your own growth should be prioritized. So you are completing this level of providing for others, of assuming the responsibility for the team, of defining yourself based on the needs of others, and instead are looking at the opportunities and the options that are emerging from this new commitment to your truth, to sharing your truth in a way that's more appropriate to this manifesting opportunities for development, for long-term commitment and building something that will last. And part of this is overwhelming as you recognize that there are now many opportunities for someone with your diverse skill set, your talents, your a strong ability to relate to others, to be playful, to relate to peers, someone that is comfortable in social relations, comfortable working with others, sees others as equals, is really, it's overwhelming to you, the opportunities and the directions you can pursue. However, they are not obscuring the path of your direction, and that is towards this real sense of moving away from an old way of identifying your skills at management and leadership and assuming those gifts now on your own behalf, in preparing you for this new journey, this new path of building something that resonates with your dreams. Now that you know how to work with others, you're adept at that. Now that you're aware that all of these opportunities are not equal, having fun is no longer the superficial avenue with which you pursue your goals. You see yourself now as a hard worker, as disciplined, as committed. Through the things you've persevered, the things you have completed, even if they were for others. And on that newfound sense of self, you are now aware that you have a clear path to your goals. The Three of Cups in the 7th house is clarified by the Queen of Cups in the 8th house, and of course, the Page of Cups in the 9th house. And these are all amplifying the sense of joy, pleasure, support that you now see that you have in your life. And in fact, it's the emotional support that you feel most in need of. You can do those things for yourself that are necessary. You know how to build your stability, your plan, your procedure, your process step by step. However, it is the belief in yourself that you have so willingly fueled others' success with that you now are opening yourself up to, and the implications of that empower you to not be afraid to be a beginner on this path of the heart. This path that you may be immensely skilled at, the imagination you have of really allowing yourself to be in that place of vulnerability in the world of ideas, the world of information, exploration that you live in, that you feel is a part of your destiny and your path. Your ability to communicate with others facilely is now showing up. You're now showing up in a new way in those places, as with greater belief in your compassion as a reflection of the experiences you've weathered, so that you know your beginner self is fully empowered. You're not the same person you were when you perhaps innocently or naively avoided commitment. Now you are committed to your dreams and you recognize the tremendous support you have. The Justice and the King of Cups are clarified by the Six of Swords in the 11th house and the King of Swords in the 12th house. So this is interesting because your oracle card was the card Fear, and Saturn, the symbol for the Saturn planet, of Saturn marks the King of Swords. Saturn, the taskmaker, is fearful. It's the one that makes you do things over and over again until you get it right. It's the one that helps to focus by limiting your options, your vision. It helps you to focus on doing things correctly. And there is in the past been a fear that your truth-telling was premature. You're now understanding that your truth-telling is compulsory. It's important to your mission. It is necessary for you to approach your dreams based on your truth and the truth that you understand that is relevant to your world, to your efforts. However, you now have learned how to use this fearsome sword, and truth is not just about a single fixed moment or fixed experience, but it's about revelation, awareness, enlightenment, openness to the variety of truths and the experiences of truth in the world. What's the relevance of your truth to any situation, to your mission? And you're now gaining in that objectivity, which is making you not only pursuant of a greater expression of that, new ideas about that, new experiences, but your ability to simply be curious about what you've experienced, the truth of what you've actually experienced. When you thought you knew or you were avoiding a commitment to making that real, now you're understanding that that experience can now be seen differently. And you're open to seeing things differently, facilitating that, asking for clarity, seeking clarity, listening to what you're asking for, and facilitating that exchange of ideas. Thank you so much for this extended reading. I'm going to lastly pull out a card from the flora and fauna of Africa. As I have made clear for others, this is not about glorifying or deifying our past in the motherland, although our past is glorious. This is about preparing for your future, the skills you have. And I pulled the Nubian giraffe, and the flower I pulled is the coreopsis, beautiful kind of daisy flower. And the key word of coreopsis is foresight. The narrative here is navigate through difficulties with your head held high. When things seem out of reach, stand taller. Don't doubt yourself. Thank you so much. Until next time, namaste.